Okay, you guys, just when you think it can't get any more bananas, somehow, it does. This is hilarious. I think, yes, it's blasphemous. Yes, I get it. I get the outrage, but the gaslighting behind this is so bonkers. I have to laugh. I have to laugh because what is the other reaction? The other reaction is a complete meltdown, realizing that Trump is still the commander in chief and this guy is off his rocker and we are not safe. So I don't want to do that. I'd rather laugh. I'd rather laugh at this. So Trump goes ahead and criticizes Pope Leo for being weak on crime and for wanting Iran to have nuclear weapons so that they can bomb the world. And under Trump's watch, that's just not going to happen. What?
We don't like a pope that's going to say that it's okay to have a nuclear weapon. We don't want a pope that says crime is okay in our cities. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of Pope Leo. He's a very liberal person, and he's a man that doesn't believe in stopping crime. He's a man that doesn't think that we should be toying with a country that wants a nuclear weapon so they can blow up the world.
What are you even talking about? How does this make any sense? How does this make any sense? So then, right after doing that, Trump goes on Truth Social and posts this image of himself as Jesus Christ. Now, clearly, you can see, right? So there are these fallen, well, I guess soldiers going up to heaven, coming down. I can't tell. I can't really tell. There are two service members, it looks like a veteran and an active service member, lovingly looking up to Trump, you know, on the sidelines. And then there's a woman praying and it looks like she's praying to Trump, but that's how it looks. That's how it looks. And it looks that way because Trump looks like Jesus Christ. He's wearing robes. Not only that the robes, okay, you could say wardrobe, whatever, but there's like a light. He's literally carrying a light in his palm, in the palm of his hand. And then with his right hand, so on his left hand, there's like this ray of light. And then with his right hand, he is healing someone. And there's rays of light coming from that. And I'm just going to say, now I don't think I'm the only person who noticed this, but I haven't heard anybody else say it. But that guy looks kind of like Jeffrey Epstein to me. I don't know. What do you guys think? So anyhow, he posts this up on his Truth social media right after criticizing the Pope. And the backlash is almost immediate. So he removes it. Now, I posted this on my own YouTube channel as a post because I wanted you guys, I don't know, to give me some idea of what you thought was going on. I didn't know if it was parody. I didn't know. I mean, it said it was on Trump's, it showed it was on Trump's own account. But, you know, maybe not, right? And I wanted to know if you guys had heard anything about this or if you had any idea what was going on. So according to the post on Instagram that I found, it said, following an attack on Pope Leo, President Trump posted an image on Truth Social depicting himself as Jesus Christ. Now, I think that we can all see that from this image, right? But whatever, as per usual. As per usual. Now, most people understood that this was absolutely bananas. And, you know, the comments showed that. For example, we fully moved on to actual blasphemy directed toward the actual Pope. Gerard says, oh, Paul describes the Antichrist as, quote, proclaiming himself to be God, delusions of grandeur, psychopathy in motion. Right, because this is nuts. But there's always that guy. There's always that guy, because I have come to realize that sadly, even today, even at this moment in time, there are still way too many Americans that are, when it comes to Donald Trump, they're willing to say and do anything except face reality and speak the truth. So true to form, Martin comments, AI generated BS. Now I'm taking this to mean AI generated, meaning like the post, it's not, Trump didn't really make this post, right? That somehow people are just generating this. They're putting like Trump's account on top, but it's all BS and it's just trying to smear him and it's all a hoax and it's, you know, on and on. That's how I'm taking it. How are you guys taking it? Let me know in the comments. So I answered, yeah, it is, because obviously, yes, Yes, Martin, this is an AI generated image. However, Trump really posted it. And then luckily, Trump admits this himself.
Did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as the doctor, and it had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot better.
A doctor? Really? Really, guy? Really, really? Are you seriously? Like, the gaslighting is so immense right now that we're supposed to not see that clearly Trump is depicting himself as Jesus Christ. Now we're supposed to see this image and say to ourselves, oh yeah, no, I see it. Yeah, I see it. He's being a doctor. Why would Trump make himself a doctor? Why? That none of it makes sense. But look at this picture. Does this look like a doctor to you? Is this how a doctor dresses? Is this how doctors act? Is Trump a doctor? Is he anything in the medical field whatsoever? Is he? Is he? So I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Martin. You know, I'm not picking on you here, but actually it's not AI BS. Actually, Trump did post it. So I'm interested. Like, what do you have to say about that? Because I know that some of you are going to listen to that and actually find a way to back it up. And that's the funny part to me, that we're literally melting. And some of you guys will not, I don't know what it is, man. Is it that you don't feel, you're embarrassed that you were conned? Is that what it is? Is something else going on? Like, blink twice if you're in trouble. I don't know what's going on. But do you guys see? And I know what some of you are going to say. Well, Nadia, you were blasphemous too. You had a thumbnail of Candace Owens depicted as the Virgin Mary for one of your videos. And that's blasphemy. Let me explain to you something. If this is you thinking this, let me explain to you. There's a massive difference between me using a depiction of Candace Owens as the Virgin Mary to illustrate that there are some people that idolize her to the point where she can't be criticized for anything. That video was a criticism of Candace Owens. That's why I used that thumbnail, to explain, to make a visual representation of how way too many people, in my opinion, idolize her. That she can't be touched. I couldn't criticize her. The backlash was bad. There's a difference between that and Trump himself portraying himself as Christ. Do you see? I hope I'm getting that through. I hope, and if not, let me know in the comments and I will be happy to explain it further. Now, the Pope, congrats to him, because I feel, and I've been saying forever, that the Pope needs to be a little bit more aggressive, especially when it comes to this administration and Israel and what they're doing and all the havoc that they're causing, right? So to his credit, Pope Leo comes up and says that he's not afraid of the Trump administration, that he doesn't care about the criticism, that he doesn't care if Trump sees him as weak, that he's going to still, do his job, which is to proclaim the Gospels, and that he's sorry that Trump doesn't get it. So good on you. Good on you, Pope Leo, that you are finally on board with the rest of us, because we needed this and we've been asking for it for a while. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this insanity? Let me know in the comments, because I can't, and I'm sure there's going to be some of you that are going to defend this, and I want to hear it because I live for these things. I live for these things because it's so bonkers to me. Just to understand that there are people still out there, Americans, oh my God, Americans are still out here supporting this guy. Please let me know if you see this image and you see a doctor, or if you need to see a doctor. But these distractions, in my opinion, again, my opinion, are actually part of a bigger agenda, right? I have seen a pattern, and I don't know if the rest of you have seen this pattern, but that's what the next video is about. This is actually, I'm just doing this quickly because it just came up, but the very next video is probably going to drop tonight, is going to be about a pattern that I noticed with Trump and these tweets and all this craziness and what's really behind it, possibly, and what we can do about it. So if you have not already subscribed, please do so and turn your notifications to all so you don't miss the video drop. And I'll see you guys on the next vid.